Neptune is at 27 degrees Pisces, which is now encroaching on the Aries house or degree. So I'm going to begin making videos, my first account experience with Neptune going over my ascendant. If you're an Aries rising, you'll be experiencing the same thing. I'm a 6 Aries rising. And right now, so Neptune is in my 12th house, which is interesting because we have Mars and Leo too. Hi. I'm gonna get my cat something to eat here. She doesn't like any of the cat foods that I try to give her. I can tell they don't make her feel well. And I'm talking about, I'm getting the top notch. The top notch? She doesn't touch it. She'll touch some of the junk food, which is hazardous. And so what I'm pretty sure she'll like right now is like I do this every other day, is cook her a scrambled egg with some cheese and all kinds of fattening stuff that cats like. Anyway, back to, this is Mars and Leo, by the way. How do you like the transition? It's going to be entertaining and romantic and dramatic and all of that satire, whatever will be going on. It's always going on, but it's going to be really aggressive is the word, I guess, with Mars there. Not necessarily bad. I didn't say violent. Gee, get out of here. Mars and Cancer already. Yet just thinks Mars is violent already. Just can't even be Mars. You know, it's like, okay, well, whatever. Thanks for listening to all this, you guys. It's been rough for me today. Not that nobody else is going through their roughness. I was trying to tell you about understanding navigating the Neptune. Well, for all of humanity, by the year 2026, Neptune will change signs and reset and go into, this is major, it's going to go into Aries. It's a major shift. Talk about it, babes. I will be able to, well, for me personally, as it goes over my ascendant, there is a lot of that I will be able to survive because I have a lot of the tools, which otherwise it will be. It's the experience of the spiritual, like for other people, is like this headfirst dive. Sometimes, you know, and I'm recognizing right now at this point, like I'm not free, of course, of needing to be needing healing on a level that is very personal, you know, and so I'm going to move into just seeing the possibility of even trying to do that for myself, as I have been with a lot of things. If that's in store for me, it's got to happen, really. I mean, you know, everybody should do that in this lifetime, somehow come to terms with whatever wounds we received, whether it was as a child, but really as we go along, you know, our lives, as we go along, things that we go through could definitely traumatize us and send us into, you know, we're not just um, kids battling conditioning. We can become, you know, kind of rendered down after a while. And so what are you saying, Shauna? Well, I'm not saying that I'm not free of that, but I'm also not saying that I'm not. That am I making sense with the way I'm trying to talk with the Taurus, Mercury, and really they are supposed to be calm. You be calm, and talking means that you're restless and really should slow down and just say what's needed, right? You know, talk about healing, you know, we are going through ongoing process that immature or just the less sensitive persons will not be able to feel or understand or handle very well. You know, if you're lucky, you have mature people around you. That's what our gurus are, and that's what our mentors are, and right, our peer groups and stuff. And pray, and then that person comes into our life. You have to learn how to trust that there's that way, you know, and it's not always the way. I mean, you know, really, it's what you're aligning to vibrationally, and that's sounds cliche, and that could be a bad thing, really. You know, you want to bring yourself up and operate from the level that your highest the highest version of yourself knows. You know, just remember that capacity. Now, here I am turning 50, and it's like, well, yeah, Shauna, are you going to go jump some more hurdles and get on the road now? It's like, no, it's changing. You know, I know, yeah, of course I have hurdles. Not the same hurdles, you know? It's like I got to get more technological, of course. Um, just on the road to healing, that's the way that I would be able to say here, you know, just to give an example to people, what would I sell? You know, I this video, what's it about? See, this is the thing. I was trying to talk to you about Neptune. It rules water. Now, if everybody thinks of the amazing thing that water really has been found to be, we're still figuring out, like it could be the answer. And it's not a coincidence that, you know, Neptune is in Pisces. It's doing something else with the planets to where it would, you can see how water is becoming more and more a forefront of something. If you haven't noticed, it's like nobody can drink the water. You really need to drink your bottled water and find out which water is the best and ridiculous thing, because nobody knows how. It's dangerous. Nobody knows how to mine their own water. It's very controlled, and yeah, charge $6 a bottle out in the desert. Charge 6 million. But let's get back to Neptune. How trippy it really is. It's not just water. It's you know, it's water is not everything that you can. It's boy. There's this saying that says when you're sitting next to a babbling brook or a creek or a stream, the water will say everything that you think. So it's like, you know, if I don't know, I'm having Neptune go over my ascendant, babe, so I'm going to tell you this story. It's weird, you know, because you won't be thinking anything, but if you take your clothes off and you're out in the wilderness and you have any kind of paranoia, like you think somebody is coming down, well, the water is going to say, oh yeah, of course, and it's going to sound just like a tribe of people or Girl Scouts coming down or something, you know, hiking or something, and you'll hear everything that you think is coming for sure. If you haven't mastered your mind, that water is going to say, well, guess what? There's a parade coming down, and you just take your clothes off, and that's the main reason why your mind would get going, and then the water would just tap into that. So it's really important to understand that, like, it's strange. This is what I'm dealing with, is having, see, Neptune come over my ascendant. Now, humanity will be getting into this. I could become like shamanic, like a leader with it, because who is Aries but the leader? See, what I'll be saying is this is what we need to look at. Okay, if you're interested, I mean, as an artist, luckily I've been an artist all my life. What is that? Music. Okay, I play music. All right. If you've seen me live, then you won't forget me, and then people don't. See, it just happened today. Where okay, so I have some terrible shoes, and I finally put on these boots. I don't usually wear them, but it's like, oh, they're kind of spiffy. And look at these pants I'm wearing. But anyway, I'm dressed in a different way. But I'm thinking, you know, this is a trippy costume I'm going on. It's not really a costume. I mean, it's just You know what? I've always kind of wore things that finally some people would understand. You know what? Rock star. So that's what I'm looking at. These people in the parking lot. These people in the parking lot are going, "That's a rock and roller right there. That's a real live rock and fucking roller right there." And they're talking about me. And I turned around and I said, "You know what? Nobody." People just don't forget, baby. They just don't forget, because I've been up here and I played at parties. This was fucking 20 or 25, 30 years ago now. Unfortunately. See, I played for some people that wasn't at that level. I was playing for them. And it's kind of a phenomenon. Was I talking about aligning the alignment thing? Playing music with other people is very much like that. Music is offering that dimension that water does, to tell you the truth, where it can reflect onto the water the vibration of music. You can see each note and you can see vibrational frequencies. The design is infinite. And that's the way water is. So a really good musician knows what I just said, and boy, I want to meet that person. There's very few that are really musicians, and I have recordings where it's like, okay, so that drummer is an actual musician, but these people are pretty good at songwriting, but they're not really musicians. That's a whole different. You are born a musician, by the way, like some people are born cooks. Some people can't cook for shit, but they're gonna try and fucking cook, and it's like, shit! You can't cook! It's been 20 years! Well, but I put it on, don't I? Yeah, I've been feeding 6 people or 7 because I am the cook of the house. No, you're not! Anyway, thanks for, boy, I talk about the Mars and Leo, and my moon in Cancer, my moon in Aquarius just wants, I'm a comedian, I just want to be funny. And it's educating, it's 20 years ahead of your time. Listen to it over again. It's like, you just said that, and you realize with the ramifications, not the ramifications, but the depth of the humor that, no, it's not deep. A lot of times with Aquarius moon days, I'm just telling you, I'm trying to have fun here, and then we go to sleep and wake up and try it again. Let's get back to in lights, neon lights this time. Would be a great idea. Getting back to Neptune, Hans. I'm sorry. I will be comical. You will see me as a spiritual teacher, a comic. What? You're spiritual. No, you're a drag. You're this and that. See, it's water shifting. I can become a teapot. I can be. See, this is where I just knew before I went to town. Well, gosh, dog, I am looking like a rock star. The only thing missing is my guitar, and they'd be like, "Ah, there it is." But I got that anyway from people from how long ago? I look at their face and they're all gray, and I'm like, "Oh, I remember, yeah, from 20 years ago, you knew me." I'm like, I said, "Nobody forgets, baby." And so it's like, I'm taking on this Neptune responsibility, like you take it by the horns. Here it comes. It's going on into Aries. And you don't let people project upon you, and you don't project something that you don't want to look like. I mean, people are going to see what they want to see. To tell you the truth, it's water, right? Like, I mean, God, narcissists looking at you, and seeing just themselves. How about that? And it's like, yeah, and they'll say, "Oh, I'm just like you." Yeah. How is that? Really? Oh, really? Thanks for letting us have our each individual self and setting boundaries and creating borders and being interesting. You're right. Let me get back to taking on this Neptune thing. You have to be somewhat of, I mean, God, you got to be artistic. Have to have some kind of experience like that. And it's really coming up. I mean, I was trying to tell somebody today seriously how after I took 18,000 of their dollars, do you think that they're going to be interested in anything I say? Hell fucking no. I tried to say a few things with a smile, and they were like, why? Money. I wouldn't say that they're narcissists. Hell yeah, I would. Fuck people that call themselves each other babe in relationships. I mean, really, if they're married and they call themselves babes. I say babes. Why? Because I call my animals that. But I also kind of mock narcissists. They kind of um, don't consider each other as fully human. So babe is just something you could just nickname it there. And I'm sorry. Did I go off the subject matter? Hell yeah. Does water? No, not ever. That's the thing you have to understand about water. This is the thing I know about me, and we want to talk about Neptune and how, now I'm going to wrap this up, boring the hell out of everybody, by the way. I hope I get a dislike. Come on, baby! That Neptune um, and water, very spiritual, right? Is formless, kind of shapeless, it's just, who doesn't like water, you gotta, I mean, you're kind of mistaken if you say you don't. I mean, you had a bad experience, and that's very possible. And well, to tell you the truth, it's like, well, I wouldn't want to be in water all the time. No, and with, I was just gonna say, I do have a Neptune trine my ascendant, and this is what I'm talking about, is that Neptune is gonna come up to trine whoever's has this. I have a Sagittarius Neptune in the 8th house, right on the cusp there, right on the cusp of the 9th. Um, there's a frog that is so loud out there right now. Let me see if I can open the window. Might be able to hear the frogs. Anyway, I already have a Neptune aspect that I've been dealing with all my life, and it includes the Jupiter square, little bit far out, indulgent in the escape from reality, if you call, um, you know, living, just choosing to live in the mountains, and more just really attempting to say, nah, I'd rather go sit by a waterfall than fuss about anything about the world or anything. And so it's like, now that's graduating to what? Just pure good health. Excuse me. I'm nearing 50 now, and it's like, you want to know the results of having chosen to do the complete, not do the world? You just get nothing, but you stay healthy a little bit. A little bit. I am learning so much about the body, on a spiritual level, like, how that, okay, it's like, are you serious? We don't need food? Nah, we don't need food, Shana. Well, what are we doing here? Ah, it's an illusion. All of the angels really would like to. This is Neptune speaking. You love it. By the way, Neptune rules TV. The very medium that it is, the trippy thing that it is, like just a light, and where is it? We don't know. Go in the back, and you go up close, and it's just dots, and you come away. It's the water thing again. I think I explained once before, and thank God I can do that, because I would just go crazy, wouldn't I? And I'm not going to hit it right now, because a lot of narcissists would be like, yeah, no. Um, we need masters to come up. This is what's going to probably happen with Neptune going into Aries, which is, it moves into humanity, the I am. It's resetting. Reset. And it's just as intense as Pluto going into Aquarius, but I would say it's even epic more because of the fact of the resetting. It's hitting house number 1 again, the I am. It says, excuse me, we're going to get this on a very spiritual level, and it's going to be Christy, baby. So many children will be named Christy. It'll be a complete waste of time.